CETV presents Week 5 of America's favorite virtual sports entertainment program, ChaoRacing 2023. Everyone is on the clock and ready to go. Let's have a Chao race! Our 5th week of play begins with Mitch Carmel, Gary Coles, Donald Jennings, and Kim Niggersberg on the power course. Here they come, pushing balls to the other side, and it looks like Gary's gonna win this one. Yep, sure looks like it. Gary Coles wins this one, and he improves to 4-1 for the 2023 season. And now, here's your host, brandonshannings. Thank you, paulsycamore. Hello, chaoracing universe. Welcome to another edition of ChaoRacing 2023, America's favorite virtual sports entertainment program. Give a hand for paulsycamore, our play-by-play announcer, everybody. There are 12 exciting races on every week's schedule, and we invite you to cheer on your favorite superstar, like always. Gary Coles got the victory on the power course to start the week, and what will happen during the rest of the week? We'll find out when we come back for race number 2 after this sponsor message. Week 5 of ChaoRacing 2023 is sponsored by Purina One, makers of pet food for dogs and cats. Brandonshannings and paulsycamore are ready to call all the action for Week 5's program. And this next race marks our 50th race overall for the 2023 season. You said it, Brandon! The 50th race of ChaoRacing 2023 here for race number 2 will feature last year's runner-up Jack Paulson, Barry Winfred, Kenny Days, and brandonshannings. Whew! These last 49 have been a barn burner. Let's see what the 50th race has in store for all of you. Best of luck to these next 4 players, and let's rock this place! Alright, on the 50th race of this season so far, let's see who prevails. And right now, it looks like Barry was scoring the best. That means he'll be left behind in the competition for a while. And now, Kenny Days decided to go the best, although we want to switch out. Jack and Brandon are battling for the lead over at the bridges. And number 1 is heading for the water. As the first superstar guest speedrunners on next week's program is Barry Winfred. Now trying to catch up after forcing to go the best early on. Jack and Ron are battling neck to neck, with number 1 should have a dominating affair over the 4th super Chao with third place right behind him. And Kenny Days has speedrunners number 2. But it's going to be Jack versus Ron for the lead, heading into the final stretch, heading into the finish line. Who's going to get there first? As number 8 takes the next speed race, Raymond Monchante got there first, because Jack Paulson was for the sweep. So Raymond Monchante gets his 2nd win of his 2023 season. A little dramatic finish for Raymond Mon, but he loves it. Back in the bit, did not go away. Well, now it's time to start the next fresh set of 50 races for the season. That's why race number 3 will have Shane Flemmingham, Rusty Jackington, Nolan Helms, and Ben Henderson. It'll be held on the Sapphire course. Yep, those last 50 races so far this season have witnessed some exciting and some dramatic moments. But let's see if the next 50 will do more of the same thing. More excitement for all our fans in the ChaoRacing universe. Let's send down to the Sapphire course. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the race. Alright, our next 50 races have begun with race number 3 of week 5. And right now, Shane, Nolan, and Ben are in a 4-way battle along with number 1 for the lead up in the front. Looks like a couple of Chao are pausing for a moment, a couple of super Chaos to say the least. Ben trying to wear off Shane and Nolan as they make their way towards the wall. And who will get the first speed bus this time around? It's going to be number 8, who's going to pass number 7, who scored the best. Number 1 was also going to best for the current moment. Right now, number 8 is trying to lead numbers 2 and 7, battling for 2 life in the dust. As Rusty Jackington takes speed bus number 2. He's catching up to our leader Ben Henderson up at the front. And it looks like number 1 Paul for one. But I think he'll still have command of the leader with the 4th third Chao in 5th place. Yep, there we go. So he's going to lead the other third Chao with the next command speed bus. And it's going to be down to the wire between Nolan and Rusty. Nolan trying to wear off Rusty as they make their way towards home stretch. And Shane fighting him with the speed bus, but it's going to be no one else who's going to hold on Rusty and Shane for the victory. No one else is the winner this week. That's right, and we'll be back for the next exciting race after this. What a deal. Welcome back from our break. Who do we have next, Paul? Race number 4, we'll have Tess Ebert, Bobby Kay, Bryson Norns, and Dick Steiner. Will be the first of our 2 races on the movie course for our schedule this week. And here's looking to line up. Get your swimming gears ready, Chao. It's time for a Chao race. Everyone is on a clock, and let's rock this place. And Bobby Kay is for the rest, even though he wants the fastest runner. That will give Tess, Bryson, and Dick the opening edge, with Dick leading the way over Bryson in first place. If no one gets a speed race before Dick heads to the finish line, Dick Steiner will get another victory in his 2023 debut season. Yep, there it is. Dick Steiner now has 3 wins for the season with that victory. As number 2 will get the 1 speed race. So Dick Steiner now has 3 wins for his 2023 debut season. That's why his first season starting to look better. Let's hope he keeps it up. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, we go back to the Pearl course to present race number 5 of week 5. And it will have Riley Chesters, Raymond Hill, R.C. Jenkins, who was the 2022 World Champion, and Ernie Zonchep. There's looking to line up. So we place the balls on the field again, and wish does Chao best of luck as always. Let's have a Chao race! Alright, so whichever superstar pushes the balls to the other side of the rainbow path and then make their way towards the finish line will be declared the winner on the power course. And it's going to be a showdown between Ernie and Riley down to the wire, and Ernie Zonchep pulls off the competition to win. Ernie Zonchep wins, and you know what that means. That's right, Ernie gets his first win as a Chao Racing superstar tonight. We'll be right back. So, with Ernie's first win in the books, we now proceed to race number 6. And we'll be halfway done with week 5 after we present race number 6, which will have Leon Onesta, Steven Robinson, O.J. Upton, and Tate Miller. This is the second of our 3 Amethyst course races for this week. And there's looking to line up. Let's send them down to the field. The players lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Alright, here they come. Here comes the next 4 group of Chao as we approach our halftime break for the week. Tate is battling with Steven up in the front, with Leon not too far behind in third place, and Tate is heading for the water, and so is Leon. Steven trying his best to maintain momentum over at the bridges for the current moment. And as number 2 barely gets a speed race, Leon Onesta is our winner of race number 6. Leon was able to find the right angle at the shortcut, and thus he gets his second career win of his debut season tonight. And number 8, who was passing from 1, takes speed race number 2. Tate will come in second place, and it looks like OJ is going to hold off Steven to finish in third place. So Leon Onesta now has 2 wins for his first season. That's right, coming out we got more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. Alright, we're now in the second half of our 5th week of Chao Racing programs tonight. Here's Paul to fill out some details about race number 7. Paul? Alright, starting off in the second half, we have Chip Sube, Thomas Lindgren, Corey Sanchester, and Joshua Samore for race number 7. So we go back to the Sapphire course, And it's good luck to the next 4 players on the quest for victory. Who is going to add a W to the scoreboard? We're about to find out right now. Please start the race. There are 2 tasks on this course. First, to climb up the stone wall with power and strength, and then swim across the pool area. They know it already, do you, right? Anyway, Chip, Thomas, and Joshua are battling with number 2 for the lead up in the front. And they're making their way towards the first obstacle, the stone wall on the come on. And number 1 wakes up from his sleep with the first speed buzz on his face. And look at that. He currently has the lead over the force of a Chao with 4 place. Poor number 7, meanwhile, is getting tailgate in last place as he climbs up the stone wall trying desperately to catch him in the crowd. As the superstar that gets speed buzz number 2 is Corey Sanchester, now catching up to Thomas Linguana and number 1 in the battle for 3rd place. Chip and Joshua are battling for the lead up in the front, and it looks like Chip is going to have command on the lead over Joshua Samore. As number 2, well, the next command PS, he's trying desperately to catch up in the crowd. Looks like Chip has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Unless Thomas Linguana can make a statement with the next speed buzz, and Thomas Linguana with that speed buzz proves that anything can happen in the chaoracing universe. That's right, Paul. Lots more fun out of this announcement. Stay tuned. Well, that was exciting to say the least. Now let's simple it up. Race number 8, Paul. You got it. Race number 8 will have TJ Edwards, Elijah Hauser, Michael Creighton, and Eric Crosby. This is the second movie course of the week. And there's the lineup. Time to get your swimming gears ready again as we hear the sound of start of the next exciting race. And they are off. And Elijah is quarterback. That will give TJ, Michael, and Eric the opening edge, with TJ currently leading over Michael with 1st place. TJ trying to save a little breathing room ahead of Michael, trying to wrap things up over the competition if no one gets a speed buzz. Yep, TJ's gonna win this one. TJ Edwards wins this one, and that was pretty easy for TJ himself today. As number 7 will get the 1 speed buzz. Congratulations are in order for TJ Edwards this week. That's right, will we do it again next week? We'll soon know. Coming up, we got more exciting action for you, but first, have a look at this. Alright, chaoracing fans, still to come. We'll find out if Austin Gerald can do it again in Week 5's main event. That's right, but right now, let's do race number 9, which will feature Brooks Robinson, Peter Foles, Ethan Kingsley, and Garrett Dayton. Let's place the balls on a per course one last time this week, and wish these next Chao good luck, like we always do with every superstar. The players line up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! Alright, last per course race of the season, and Brooks is off to an excellent start ahead of the competition as they push the balls to the other side of the rainbow path. Looks like Brooks is gonna win this one. No doubt about it, Brooks Robinson wins this one. And now he has 2 wins for the season. That's fine, now it's time for a commercial break. More chaoracing coming up after these words. Alright. Next race up on Week 5. Paul? Alright. Daniel Heaton takes on Dominic P. Harrells, Alex Markinson, and Annie Barngruber for race number 10 on the Athens course. Here's the lineup. So who's going to pass the test with flying colors? There's only one way to find out. Good luck to the next 4 players, and let's rock this place! And leading the way of the 8 Chao is Dominic. And it looks like Daniel is going to rest, so he'll be left behind the competition. Dominic trying to maintain momentum over Alex and Annie as they head for the bridges. And Alex is heading for the water. He's actually taking the water path for a change. But will it pay off? We'll find out soon enough. As the first superstar guest speed bus is number 7. And guess what, fans? Daniel's gonna win this one. He took a shortcut and he's gonna be our winner. Daniel Heenan is our winner of this race. And that will be followed by Alex Markinson with 2nd place. Daniel's now up to 2 wins for the season as of this week. And number 2 will take Speedbus number 2 in this race. Poor number 1 is just not looking so happy. He's left behind on the crowd. And Daniel's going to celebrate this win. That's right, for this week anyway. We'll see what happens on our next show. Back in a bit, do not go away. Race number 11 is up next. And who do we have again, Paul? We have Ricky Nelson, Bruno Alonso, Vance Alfred Portas, and Casey Richardson for race number 11 on the Sapphire course. So, while Austin prepares to defend his Superstar Week honors, let's see who will prevail in race number 11 on the Sapphire course. Please start the race! And Casey is quarterback, so all we want to say Chao. So let's watch Ricky, Bruno, and Vance. These 3 Chao had control of the opening edge, with Ricky off to a great start ahead of Bruno battling with number 2, and Vance for 2nd place right behind him. So far, so good for Ricky. Let's hope he keeps it up. And number 1 with the first speed bus, but that was a pity right there, to say the least. He needs another turn. Ricky trying desperately to defend the lead over the competition right now, as number 1 indeed gets a back-to-back speed bus. That was a little bit more help that time. Now trying to defend for dear life ahead of number 7 and number 8. And one of our competitors scored the best as Ricky Nelson heads for the waterfall, the last portion of the Sapphire course, as the next BS belongs to Bruno Alonso. That's a pretty good BS right there, but I'm afraid he's not going to make a miracle comeback ahead of Ricky Nelson. Ricky is going to survive here, folks, as Vance Alfred Portas takes next BS flying a little bit off course. Ricky's going to add another victory towards his 2023 season tonight. Ricky Nelson gets his 2nd win of his 2023 season ahead of Bruno Alonso, who comes in 2nd place ahead of KC. And number 2, who desperately needs help from the crowd, takes the speed bus. He'll lead us to the main event for the next race. Good job, Ricky Nelson, on your victory. That's right, I agree with you. And we'll find out who will win the main event in a moment. But right now, let's hear word from their sponsor. And now it's time for Week 5's main event, right, Paul? Right. Week 5's main event is presented by Kia, movement that expires. Our returning champion, Austin Jamos, will face off against Buster Jabo, Patrick Garner, and Larry Monroe as the challengers for this week's main event. So let's see how the outcome will unfold for these 4 superstars. It's off to the end course we go. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a chaorace! Alright, Week 5's main event presented by Kia is underway here on the Emerald course. And now they're going to check the palm trees to bring down that coconut chip fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Buster and Larry. These 2 Chao will be bowing for the lead along with number 2 on the silver Chao. As number 7 will start the speed bus. Not much of a speed bus that time, but he is catching up to the crowd alright. Poor number 1 is getting stranded in last place, but he's heading for the water. Good strategy. Let's hope he'll move out a couple places as Patrick Garner takes speed bus number 2 of this race. Buster Java went to rest, but now he has command on the lead over Larry Monroe at the current moment. As the next BS we made by number 2, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Also, Gerald is trying desperately to catch up to Larry Monroe. He currently sits in 3rd place behind Larry Monroe. Buster Jumbo currently has the lead as we pass the 1 minute mark. As we head back into number 2, he leads over the 4 silver Chao and back to us. Poor number 1 and poor number 7, meanwhile, really near some speeders. They're getting left behind in the competition. But who really got the next command speed bus? It's Patrick Garner. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race. Meanwhile, Buster Jumbo continues to defend the lead over Larry Monroe as they climb up the star wall. Who's going to win this week's main event? Only time will tell. Next PS belongs to number 7. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. Only will be a miracle for Austin Chaos to make a statement ahead of our current leader, Buster Jumbo. As number 7 takes back-to-back spears and is third overall in this race, looks like Buster Jumbo is going to survive. Also, Jonas will not have enough distance to make a miracle statement in time. Buster Jumbo wins Week 5 main event presented by Kia. And number 7 gets a third consecutive speed buzz, bringing a total of 4 speed buzz for this race. Numbers 1 and 8 have no hope for surviving whatsoever. So, Buster Jumbo is our new main event champion. That's right, and we'll be back to close our show after we find out a word from this. It's time for us to go, fans, but we'll be back next week to bring you more chaorace fun and excitement. In the meantime, you can help share and copy the links of our chaoracing videos to everyone on YouTube so that way they can cheer on all of their favorite chaoracing superstars each week. This is brandonshannings signing off. Keep on smiling, see you next week for another exciting episode, and so long everybody! chaoracing 2023 has been sponsored by Purina One and Kia. This is Paulsycamore speaking. We'll see you next week for another exciting edition of America's favorite virtual sports entertainment program, chaoracing 2023. chaoracing 2023 has been a CETV production.